Welcome back to another episode of Generation Shock.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
That's right. We're back on all your screens, if you know what I means. How's everybody doing out there tonight? Oh, there's my boy.
What's up, Chris?
What up?
Yo, it's crazy, right? First of all, how you doing?
Oh, hanging in there, man. I did decided today was because of the weather. I was like, you know what? It's finally chilly weather again. So I went out and I bought a bunch of chili, stuff and made me a nice batch of chili to last me the next few days. A little food prep, you could say. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have me a little chili going forward. So super excited about that.
Do you put cheese on your chili?
I do. When I do it, I do a little cheese, and instead of sour cream, I do yogurt. I like that. I will say this though, for lunch. So I've been trying my hand in making homemade ceviche, right?
Okay.
Because I love it, and it's expensive though. So I made it a couple weeks ago. Came out great. I think I used.
Well, how do you make ceviche?
It's just fish, onions, and lime juice. It's very easy. But
Fish?
yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. So I got cod last week, right?
Okay.
Or 2 weeks ago, whenever I made it last. Came out really good. Was really happy. But I saw some recipes that said you could use catfish. Well, catfish was on sale at Publix. So I bought catfish this time. Big mistake.
Really?
They're like, how they said there's certain animals that are like bottom feeders and shit. Well, I guess catfish is like a bottom feeder of the ocean.
Bottom feeder. No, right? Catfish is not the ocean. Isn't it a lake?
Maybe lake, whatever it is. Whatever.
Lakes and ponds. Yeah,
whatever. You're right. So the thing is though, I could taste
the dirt.
You're right, Chris. Not the same. Okay. You got me. The fish, yeah, right. But the lakes or the ponds, whatever. You're right. It's not the same. Anyway, but I could taste the difference. Like it tastes fishy. Like it just didn't have a good taste to it. Yeah. So I was a little disappointed this go around. Learned my lesson. Don't use catfish. Because I've done tilapia before, but I'm like, man, that's such a cheap fish. Cod so far has been my favorite.
Yeah, cod in Spanish is called bacalao. And it's funny how that you use it to mira bacalao like as an adjective, right? Like a person that's trying to be salty or something, doing something wrong to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I never knew, like, see, there's all these types of names, right? For the type of food. For me, ceviche, I always thought it was just vegetables, right? And then onions, peppers, and all that. My wife always corrects me on a lot of this shit. That she's like, you don't know what the fuck you eating? I'm like, nah, I just fucking eat it. No. She's like, yeah, but that's what this and this and this and this is. And I'm like, bro, did I tell you the blind test that she did?
Ceviche specifically is cooked in acid, right? So lemon, lime specifically is what I use. I've heard recipes with lemon, but there's a lot of different versions of it in different types. But it's always fish. It's a fish dish with onions. The traditional way when you go to a restaurant, they serve it, they have like a sweet corn, some kind, and then like a sweet potato. But I don't like the seafood medley. Like there's a lot of places that do Mexico and different places do different styles. I'm very big on the Peruvian version, which is called ceviche de pescado, just fish, no shrimp, no octopus, nothing else, just straight fish, red onion, lime juice, fire. I love it like that.
Yeah, like me, I just eat. If it's good, I'm gonna eat. So my wife did a blind test taste to me, right? We were inspired by watching the Hell's Kitchen, right? And then she's like, I'm like, man, I can't believe he couldn't figure that out. And she goes like, it's not like you would have. I'm like, let's try it, right? And then so we were eating at that point finger food. She goes, close your eyes. I'm like, all right. She puts something in my mouth, right? And then she goes, what is it? I'm like, chicken. She goes, what? I go, chicken. And she's like, how do you think it's chicken? It was actually a mushroom.
I was gonna say I didn't know it was gonna go that way, but I was like, yeah, you're whatever it is, you're probably like, so far off.
She's like, what? How do you get chicken out of a mushroom? I'm like, to me, it just has that texture, right?
It's not about texture though; it's about flavor. Like, I'm sorry, I know, like if you
we're gonna have
really
to test
stop
it
and
one
think
day.
about it, there's a different flavor with especially mushrooms.
Yeah.
That's not like you're not telling me like she gave you a certain meat and you're like, oh,
No.
it's chicken. This is mushrooms
Mushroom.
have a distinct flavor to them.
Yeah, but there's certain mushrooms that have that meat texture.
Not really. I mean, it
Yeah.
depends how you serve it up, but they still have a certain flavor to it. Like chicken, there's no way I would mistake a mushroom for a chicken.
We're gonna have to try that one day and be like, yo, I'm gonna call you out on it.
That's fine. I guarantee you. Listen, we can meet up. You can film it. I guarantee you I'll never mistake a mushroom for chicken.
Well, we'll do it a day you don't expect it.
Regardless, I'm just not going to do it. There's such a distinct flavored palate
and I'm gonna tell
difference.
them you're not even gonna see mushroom on the plate. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
I
like,
don't
close
even
your
see the
eyes.
plate. The whole point is you don't see the plate. You just blindfolded and start feeding me food.
Yeah.
Dude, there's no way I'd mistake it.
Yeah. Okay. What was the
Very
other thing?
uncultured person you are.
I don't know. I just love food. I eat it, and I don't like. Listen, I grew
But
up
you
with
say
very, I
you-
grew
you
up
say
with
you
very
love
little
food.
food, right? With very little food, so I would eat as fast as I could.
Time out.
Didn't taste anything.
Time out.
What's up?
I just don't agree that somebody could say they love food and mistake a mushroom for chicken.
I just eat it, bro.
Well, that's different.
As long as
You
I'm not
enjoy
allergic to it, I just fucking eat it.
You enjoy food, but you don't love it because a lover
okay.
of food
You're right.
can
You're right.
understand the difference in flavor between a mushroom and a goddamn chicken. They're not nearly this. Like, you just enjoy food. Hey, you know what? Nothing wrong with it. It's not
Yeah.
knocking you,
Yeah.
but you're not a lover of food. A lover of food appreciates the difference of texture and flavor and different things that come along with it, the subtleties.
And I've been around good people I've been around people that cooks like a long period of my life. Like,
And
my
they've
wife,
wasted
she's
their life on you.
I know my wife. She's a great cook. My ex music manager, great cook also.
You wouldn't know the difference, though.
No, and it's not I wouldn't know the difference. It's just like my wife can eat something and she can tell like a big portion of the ingredients in it. And I'm like,
I'm not that guy. Yeah, you're right. I can't.
I'm like,
I won't be able to be like, oh, well, like people who drink wine are like, well, there's a nutty and fruity.
Listen,
okay, you're right. I ain't gonna be able to tell you all
do
that shit, right? But I
Yeah.
still don't mistake a mushroom for a chicken.
well, I bet you one day you will, bro. We're
No
gonna do
day.
a blind test, and we're gonna put it
The day I do that,
a short live on Instagram or wherever medium we're gonna be in. It's gonna be short live, and we're gonna be like, let's see if Check Monster really can tell the difference between mushroom.
the day I do that, is the day I stop eating.
Look, to this day, I still confuse the meats, bro. Like the difference between steak and pork chop sometimes.
How do you confuse that? We're
I'm
different
like, she's like-
animals.
she'll be like, "What the fuck you eating?" I'm like, "Meat." Yeah, what kind of meat? I'm like,
Bro, you can tell by. Here's the thing, though.
if
If
you
it's
tell by look at them, yes, this and that, I get that. But like,
beef,
listen, when I'm
beef
involved,
can be
don't ask me
red.
what
You
am I
can't
eating.
make
I'm just
pork.
involved.
Pork can't be like if you said pork and chicken. Okay, I get that, right? But beef,
That's the same thing she's saying in dark meat versus light meat. But
dude. I'm saying like you can't eat like if you eat pork and there's blood red in it, there's something wrong. But
I know that part.
But
That
beef
part I do
can.
know. Yeah, I know that part.
Oh, whatever. You
Hey,
just blow
listen,
my
like I
mind.
said, I enjoy food. I just
Obviously,
eat it. As long as it tastes good to me, I'm gonna eat it.
Well,
Bro, I listen, one of my biggest guilty things that I like to do, I like going to like Racetrack or 7-Eleven and buy those little taquitos. Bro, I enjoy that shit. Then people be like, why the fuck you eat that? I'm like, what do you mean why I eat? That shit's delicious.
I'm not saying
guilty-
those.
it's
I'm
my
not saying
guilty
there's anything
pleasure.
wrong with that.
But it's one of my guilty pleasures. And it's like, the other thing that my wife and I were like, she'd be like, I'm like, babe, did you do this tuna fish? When did you do it? She's like, I did it like, let's say 30 minutes ago. I'm like, I don't know if I can eat that. She's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you fucking go to a fucking a Subway, eat a tuna fish sandwich that they prepare that we don't know how long you've been saying that. You don't have a problem with that. She's like, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. But it's up here, bro. It's up here.
In your mind, they're making it fresh.
Yeah.
As they just scoop it from the
Yeah.
fucking 6 a.m. when they got there and prepped it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know.
First of all, I never understood that. That's that thing. Like,
Isn't it crazy?
No, it bothers me. Like the fact that people would actually get tuna fish from Subway hurts
Bro,
my
that's
brain.
delicious, bro.
Hurts my
I
brain.
get that with cheese, like a tuna melt.
Hurts my brain.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go.
I eat the egg salads, pre-made ones at the racetracks.
That's fine. I get it. I'm just saying, but I'm not gonna go spend that much money at
That's only
Subway
$5 for a sub,
for
bro.
fucking tuna fish.
It's the only thing I can eat from Subway. No, I don't like, and I know what those are, and I don't like them.
So for me, if I go to Subway, the only thing I'm willing to get is a meatball sub. That's it.
I can't do unless I'm doing just a plain like BLT, and even in those places I hate BLTs. I could only eat tuna fish from Subway. I can't eat anything else. I've tried it and I don't like it.
Here's the thing. I don't think I've ever ordered a tuna fish in public. Like I'll make
not
tuna
Publix.
fish.
I meant to say Subway. Sorry.
No. I know you said Subway.
Oh.
I'm saying in public, not Publix. Public. Meaning I've never gone to an establishment in my life and said, let me get the tuna fish today.
No.
If I'm gonna have tuna fish, I'll just have it at home.
Yeah, my wife thinks the same way. She's like, we're gonna eat out, we're gonna eat things that we can't prepare at home. I'm like, yeah, but you can cook anything. She goes, yeah, but there's certain things that you rather eat out than versus.
The thing is, like, I get having a turkey sub, a roast, like, because you have to have a whole thing of lunch meats and all the other stuff. Like, cool, get it.
Yeah.
I can buy a single fucking can of tuna fish. We already got mayo in the fridge, and it's done. I just made what Subway made.
That's true.
So that's all. You know, it's just different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
So
I get it.
all right, want to get into a Monster Week of Sports? Talk about some people's.
Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When the low, yeah, we going high.
All right. So, great playoff weekend. Not really. I mean, every game was a fucking blowout.
Isn't it crazy though? The upsets though, except for the Miami game.
I mean, here's the thing. Like I said, every game was a blowout except for the Lions and the Rams, right? Only game that wasn't a blowout.
Yeah.
A lot of the games, though, I mean, happened kind of towards what I expected, you know?
Okay.
I expected the Bucks to win. I never expected the Eagles to have a chance. They've been on a downward spiral. I said it to everybody before the Miami game. They didn't lose in Kansas City. They lost at home a week ago when they allowed Buffalo to beat them. Because here's the thing. If they would have won that game against Buffalo, they would have played at home rather than traveling to Kansas
With that
City.
snow?
So, like, they would have had to deal with that. They would have been in a great position. So I feel like they screwed themselves a week before that, right? So just forget. So to me, I wasn't surprised about that. What were the other games? Houston balling out and dominating. That was a surprise. Okay, that shocked me a little bit.
Yeah.
They just destroyed them.
The Dallas games, all the Dallas fans that I know, bro, I started sending them.
Oh, Green Bay beating Dallas was the greatest thing ever.
Sending them all
Classic.
types of memes and TikTok memes and everything.
Classic Dallas failure. I mean, I just loved it. I mean, they're just.
I follow Stephen A. Smith, and all you see is his face smiling. He's like, I'm like, yeah, Stephen A. Smith.
He relishes it. He that dude. He lives to be able to do this every year because those motherfuckers should have done better.
Yeah, bro. I mean, do you think is that Prescott is at his end? Right? Is this his final thing?
Final what?
Final season?
Why would it be his final season?
I'm just saying, like, how long are they going to continue with this guy and losing?
Well, they went 12-5 3 straight years. They're not losing.
I mean, not winning. How far did they get in the playoffs?
I get it, but how far does any team get in the playoffs?
I mean, Jerry Jones is Super Bowl or bust, bro.
I get it. But at the same time, it's like, outside of the Patriots and Kansas City, so it's like this is the equivalent. It's like you saying, should Buffalo get rid of Josh Allen if he loses in the AFC Championship game?
Not in the championship because at least he gets that far. But if you
so he wins one more game or 2 more games than Dak Prescott. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be a little realistic here.
So you're saying as long as he has a winning season, you can continue playing with him?
I think if you're because you know what?
What point do you say he can't get us past, or he can't get us to the promised land.
Okay, how many years did it take Peyton Manning to get there?
I really don't know that question. That answer.
Guess what? He only got there once with the Colts. Once.
And once with Denver, so he got 2. Yeah.
Right? So he got there once with the Colts and won it, and once and lost it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, do you think he's a failure?
No, I've always had mad respect for Peyton Manning.
Okay, but my point is, so
Yeah.
if Dak has a one good playoff season, it completely rewrites his history. So it's like, do you give up on a guy who's getting you there every year, who's giving you a chance to be in the game, and just be like, let's give that up? For what? For who? Who are you gonna get?
So what do? You keep changing coaching?
And I don't think that's also the right thing. I think sometimes you just got to ride it out.
More than they change the quarterback.
Huh?
They change the coaching versus the quarterback more.
I don't think you have to change anything, right? Look at the Giants, Tom Coughlin, right?
Yeah.
How many times did we miss the playoffs? We made it one year and we went. Like, it's like saying, oh, all those years that fucking Aaron Rodgers made the playoffs and didn't make the Super Bowl, let's just get rid of him. No, they're like, people I hate how people just react very like, oh, well, you didn't do anything. Dude, there's only one team that wins it. And unfortunately, it's not if you look at the history of the NFL lately, the odds of winning the Super Bowl are so slim because of a Tom Brady or a Patrick Mahomes.
Do you? Yeah, and that's so true. I think we're spoiled that way.
So it's like
the fan base is spoiled.
Like, what do you do? You write off these guys because there's these other teams or these like the Lions, right? The Detroit Lions. You know, this was their first playoff win since like 1996.
No, yes, because they mentioned it. Yes.
Hey, but you want to get rid of a guy who's taking you to the playoffs every year, who's giving you a chance at the dance. But you got teams like the Detroit Lions.
Yeah,
who don't even get a chance. Like, come on, man. Like, there's franchises that would give everything in their life to have an opportunity.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I got spoiled that way.
Yeah, it's like I just think people are too quick to react and to knee jerk.
Seasons do you need now? So if you have winning seasons, but and keep losing in the playoffs, how long do you keep him? Always till he retires? As far as coaching and quarterback.
Well, coaching maybe changes, right? I do think there's a limit in the coaching. The quarterback, you keep them until you see like they're not dominant in the regular season, right? There's a difference, right? Once you're not dominant in the regular season, it's time to make a change. But I mean, to sit there and put this on like it's like you telling me right now that Josh Allen is an elite quarterback because he's never made the Super Bowl in his career. That's what you're saying.
You saying he isn't?
That's what you're saying, basically. Let's get rid of Josh Allen because he can't make a Super Bowl.
Well, he can't even get past the division. I mean, his conference championships.
Okay, so should we get rid of him? There's a better option?
2 more years, and that's it. Out.
I think that's stupid. I just hate how people go in that narrative.
So let me ask you this. Tony Romo, where do you put him?
He was a good quarterback.
Not great?
I don't think Dak Prescott's great.
Okay, then. So do you want great or you want good?
How many great quarterbacks are there?
Well, in the past 10 years, it's been a lot. You have
Really?
Brett Favre. Yeah, Brett Favre.
Won one Super Bowl.
Huh?
He won one Super Bowl.
He does. I mean, okay, he won 1 Super Bowl.
Okay, but that's what we're talking about. Winning Super Bowls. That's your definition here.
Nope.
That's what we're talking about.
Nope. I'm not categorizing them just because they won a Super Bowl, but I'm just saying great quarterbacks.
What makes a quarterback great?
Stats.
Tony Romo had great stats. I just don't think he was a great quarterback. I think he was good. I don't think he was anything special. He never even got to the Super Bowl, right? So I don't consider him great. But there's not a lot of great quarterbacks out there. I just don't think there is. Like, who are you going to have instead of Dak Prescott? Who is your quarterback going to be?
Right, there's nobody right now.
So what are you going to do? You're going to give up what you have for something that maybe is out there?
Yeah.
They're not the Giants or the fucking Patriots, right? Who are just not even winning.
Let's not put them in the same category, please.
The Patriots? That's what they are. Look, 4 seasons of losing, and what happened? You guys got rid of the greatest coach in history.
Which that part, I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy. He gave us like championships.
10 Super Bowls. 10 appearances, though.
Yeah, 10 appearances.
6 wins.
Is it 10 or 9?
9
appearances.
9.
And 6
and
wins.
6 wins.
Yeah, Tom Brady has 10 appearances.
Yeah.
He has 9 and 6 wins. Well, with the Patriots. Because he's won with, I think he won.
But that was
with,
assistant
Giants,
coach.
right?
It doesn't count. We're talking about assistants there.
Oh, okay. So all of a sudden now, because he got 4 years lost, everybody wants to get rid of him.
That's a valid reason to do it, though.
So why you want to get rid of him and not the quarterback?
We got to get rid of both. Mac Jones is not it.
Yeah.
Right? You get rid of both. Listen, they're doing, and you know what? They're going to. They have the 3rd overall pick in the draft. They're drafting a quarterback. Guaranteed.
Right, since we're on the Belichick topic, what do you think? Where do you predict he's going to end up?
Did you hear what the rumors are that he said?
Nope, not yet.
Oh my God. So first of all, he went and interviewed in Atlanta. He said he doesn't want to go to a winning franchise.
What do you mean? Oh, so wait.
He doesn't want to go to like a Chargers, right? He doesn't want
or Dallas?
Or Dallas. He wants to go someplace that is in need of a rebuild, a need of, like, he is so egotistical, and I love it. I actually do like this, that he wants to go and be the reason
so
they become
Oakland.
good.
I mean, Vegas.
No, like Atlanta, right? History of doing bad. That he interviewed there. I'm just using them as an example, right?
Yeah.
He wants to that type. Vegas, I don't see him going to Vegas because Tom Brady is an owner, right? So I don't see him doing that. But he doesn't want to go to like the Eagles. He doesn't want to go to a team that is established as a winner. He wants to go someplace that needs a culture rebuild. You know why he wants to do that?
Because he wants to prove.
No, he wants control.
He wants control?
If you go to the Eagles, do you give him complete control?
Well, I think any team he goes to, he's gonna have control.
But not if he goes to certain ones. Like I said, I'm not saying the Eagles job is open or the Dallas job is open. But let's say he goes to Dallas. Does he get complete control?
Jerry Jones will give him control, yes.
No, he won't. Jerry Jones will not relinquish it. You know why Jerry Jones won't? Because they went 12-5 the last 3 years. So why give over complete control to this guy if you already have a winning franchise? Maybe not Super Bowl, which we talked about, very hard to do, but you still have a winning franchise. 12-5 the last 3 years. Or do you want to go to a losing franchise so you get complete control?
Which teams would you put him in?
Atlanta's one. Carolina could be an option. Very losing franchise, right?
Okay.
What are the other coaching vacancies? Tennessee, possibly, right? They're not really a winning franchise right now. I don't know. Those are just a few I could think of.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So the fact that he said that, though, and he went to interview in Atlanta, what's funny? I could see him going to Atlanta just for the fact that I feel like if he won a Super Bowl in Atlanta, it's a big fuck you to Tom Brady because he went to the Bucs and they're in the same division.
Yeah, but
so how do you fuck over Tom Brady?
But Tom Brady's not playing, so
it doesn't matter. He won with Tampa Bay, so the biggest fuck you back is going to their rival in their same division and winning the Super Bowl with them.
Yeah,
that's a big fuck you.
Or going with a team that Tom Brady's co-owner against.
Why? Why would you want to do that?
Because
that's like saying like, so that's why when people are like, I don't think Bill Belichick would ever go for the Jets, the Giants, or the Cowboys, because he'd be following the footsteps of Bill Parcells again. And I don't see Bill Belichick wanting to do that.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go and take over a team that your mentor was already a part of? Like, you want to set your own legacy.
Do you see him as the head coach of Atlanta?
I could see it. I mean, think about it. You're a quarterback away from a great team. You got the best skill players in the league, probably, right? You're talking about 3 top 10 picks. Drake London, you got fucking Kyle Pitts, and you got fucking, what's the running back?
But how did it look?
Bijan Robinson. No, is it Rob? What? Chris, what's the running backs? My mind just went blank. Oh, the running back. I can't believe I forgot his name all of a sudden. I think it's Bijan.
What about the defense? How do they look?
They're not bad, but that's the thing. He can that's his specialty. He'll make the defense. You know what I mean? So he can make that happen. So all you need is really is a quarterback and you're good to go. You got the 8th pick of the draft. You probably could get something decent out there. So it's probably not that hard.
Okay,
so,
we'll see.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll, I don't know if he's going to get a job. He wants one. I just don't know if he'll get it.
You think he'll get it in college?
I don't think he'll never go back to college.
Oh, because of the controversy, right?
Yeah, of everything that happened back in the day. You know, Harbaugh right now looks like he's going to go to the Chargers. It's looking that way. We'll see what happens.
Interesting.
So, but there's a lot. Listen, it's a great time, man. A lot of job openings, a lot of controversy going on. It's the NFL playoffs, a lot of good games coming up, which is awesome. So it's a great time to watch sports. So
yeah, it is. And we have the Olympics going on this year,
this summer. That's right.
Yeah.
So
that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it is Bijan Robinson over in Atlanta. So, hey, you know, there's a lot of stuff to look for. So, all right, I guess we want to get back into
the regular segments.
You want to go back into Katt Williams part 2?
Yeah, let's do a part 2. So now that we know more about it, and now there's more to talk about. I find it mad interesting, right? How the respondent has been come. I'm actually surprised that Kevin Hart responded to it. Tiffany Haddish responded. Everybody that he talked about has responded. So
yeah, but I haven't seen anybody
like
dispute.
Debunk him. Yeah, debunk him. Nobody, none. And here's the biggest for me, right? The biggest. So we were discussing it, and I wasn't thinking about it that last week when we said about the dressing the women, right? So I want to bring that back up, right? So I guess what Katt Williams was saying about the dressing like a woman or getting or doing like, well, let's just use the dressing like a woman part. He was just saying it as a rite of passage to go to the next level. And to become even more rich, or to get more gays, to become bigger. That was the rite of passage that they will make you do. So, which is the reason why Dave Chappelle, he spoke about that too, which is so interesting. All right, and I actually watched the conversation that Steve Harvey had with Monique, because Monique's been blackballed before Katt Williams. Right, because she spoke out and all that, and she actually at the Steve Harvey show, her and Steve Harvey went at it, and then Steve Harvey plainly said to her, he's like, what do you mean? He goes, integrity, because she goes, well, what about integrity? Because she went ham, and he goes, integrity. I got kids, I got grandkids that depend on me. Forget about it. He didn't. Don't quote me. He didn't say exactly. I'm not saying exact. I'm not quoting him, but he said, "I'm not worried about integrity because I got people that depend on me." And I'm like, "Holy shit!" Well, that is true, but I believe. But have you ever seen Mike Epps dressed like a woman? Or maybe it could be that Mike Epps never said anything bad about Katt Williams.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different. He didn't go after everybody, but he went after a lot of people.
Yeah,
real quick. By the way, I just got to update. The Dallas Cowboys will not make any coaching changes. Okay. So Mike McCarthy is staying in as the head coach.
Oh, update.
Just throw that out there. Breaking news. Oh.
Do we have a breaking news thing?
Nope. Don't got one. Anyway, so listen.
Like, I just found that interesting, right? And the fact that Tiffany Haddish responded the way she did proves his point. And and that the way Kevin Hart is going after I didn't validate this, but there's $100 million, supposedly there's $100 million lawsuit Kevin Hart put out on Katt Williams. That says a lot. That speaks volume. Because who do you know that does that?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
because he wants to intimidate people. Who do you know that does that?
he I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the shit he said about Kevin Hart being a plant and like that's some
proven,
real shit, right?
People
and
put that together.
So, it's just one of those things. It's just like I said, I mean, nobody yet, I've not seen anything yet still that anybody said a rebuttal or dispute against what he said. There's Cedric the Entertainer was the only one who kind of disagreed with about stealing the joke type of thing or whatever it was. But for the most part, dude, even the guy, what's his name? The guy who played Santa Claus. I keep on forgetting his name.
Ricky Smiley, I think it is.
Yeah. Even Ricky Smiley said that the Money Mike character was not the same character that he was trying to audition for. That he didn't come out and directly say it, but he's like, Katt Williams created that character. Mm-hmm. Like it was supposed to be a completely different character. And he even said Katt Williams made it like a pimp style type character. And he's like, that's not even the same. Basically, he's like, that's not the character I was auditioning for. He made it different. You know what I mean? Like, and Katt Williams said that from the beginning. He created the character, right?
Wrote the words for it and everything.
Yeah, like he developed it and they went with it. So, and Ice Cube came out and he never said that's not true. He never disagreed with it, right? So, it's like nobody's yet disputed his claims. They're all talking like they do passive aggression, but why not just come out and say, hey, man, he's lying?
Or what's wrong with that? Like Steve Harvey said, well, I got people to feed, so I'm not worried about integrity.
Well, because I get that, but there's a lot of people in the industry who lose respect for you then, right? Like there is still a certain level of respect people want. And if you're basically a sellout, you lose a certain level of respect.
Well,
doesn't matter if you got family to feed. That's like saying a guy who snitches on people, well, I'm just I got to protect myself, right? I got family I got to be out there in the life in the world to take care of. So let me go rat out everybody I know because but like there is certain codes and things,
of course,
that you're supposed to stand by.
But so if Hollywood tells you, Check Monster, you write a passage to become very successful in this industry, you have to dress as a woman.
It depends on what my morals are, my beliefs, right? It just depends.
Right. So that's the difference that what they're talking about. Katt Williams and Monique was like, and even Mike, not Mike Epps, Dave Chappelle was like, there's roles I won't play.
Yeah.
But Dave Chappelle is considered one of the GOATs. And he would not play a specific role. But
and there's a lot of shit he did that is, people that brought up controversy in his career, right? And there's still a line that he won't draw, but because other people will be willing to cross that line, that makes Dave Chappelle wrong. No, for having morals and standing and believing in certain things because there's 1,000 other actors and listen, they try to blackball Dave Chappelle after the shit he pulled, right? Yeah. They didn't want him a part of the, they try to get rid of him out of the industry.
When he went to, he left and he turned
when he said fuck you to corporate TV, right? Because he didn't want to do
50 million, I think it was.
Because he didn't want to do the things they wanted him to do, right? He drew a line in the sand and said, no, you're not going to own me like that. I'm not going to let you take control of me. So was he wrong for that? No. Right? That's his prerogative.
Okay.
So but at the same time, like I said, is Steve Harvey wrong for being the guy who's willing to do the things that Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams won't? Not necessarily. It's just a different view on how you handle your business.
Yeah. But I just think that on the Steve Harvey side, I just think that it's the idea that he's not creative. The idea is what Katt Williams was saying is he's not creative like that. He doesn't write his shit.
Well, he doesn't do shit anymore. He's a fucking host. So he's not writing any of his own stuff.
Yeah,
he just stands up there and does game shows.
He has a gift. He has a gift to talk. That's it. And add a few jokes in here and there, and people.
Listen. He had his 15 minutes of fame, and he turned it into a lifelong gig of being the greatest host ever for everything. Right? Whether it's a beauty pageant or a game show or whatever else, that's all he's about.
But the crazy thing is that I've been watching on YouTube and all that is basically everybody. A lot of comedians, Michael Holson, the white guy, that he's very funny. That Katt Williams mentioned him, and Steve Harvey is such a power player that they all say the same thing, that Steve Harvey doesn't like anybody more talented than him on the show because they don't want them stealing. He doesn't want them stealing the spotlight.
Listen, everybody in show business is egotistical, though. Let's be honest. You can't be in that industry. It's like an athlete, right? You think any athlete wants there to be an athlete better than them? You know what I mean?
But you also need competition.
You got to have. Though. There's nothing wrong with it. There's got to be a mentality of being an alpha.
Yeah, but wouldn't you? Maybe I just think differently. It's like if I see somebody more talented than me, I wouldn't mind them being or even giving them their own show. Nourish that talent somewhere else.
You think Michael Jordan wanted to give Scottie Pippen his own team?
But Scottie Pippen wasn't more talented than Jordan.
But but I'm just saying he could challenge it, right?
I think that Jordan elevated Scottie Pippen's game, if anything.
So you think, okay, so what about Kobe? You think LeBron, you think Jordan's ever to give LeBron credit, and people talk about him being the greatest player. There's a certain mentality that you have to have. Well, Deion Sanders isn't ever going to walk in a room and be like, yeah, I want you on I want the next best, I want the greatest cornerback besides me to play on my team. No, now it's a different position, maybe cool, but Deion Sanders ain't trying to play with a fucking Darrelle Revis. Right? Well, Deion would never want that.
Here's something interesting that I watched. It says just bringing up Deion Sanders. I seen an interview where Deion Sanders and Ocho Cinco was in it at the same time, and they were going at it because they're two egotistical guys, right? And they were saying Ocho Cinco was saying you couldn't cover me in your prime, and Deion Sanders was like you wouldn't even get through, and they were like really going at it, like who's number one. That's how competitive they were. And I'm like, damn, these two guys look like they're actually going to sit here and fight. But
that's the mentality you have to be great. You don't want somebody, so I get where Steve Harvey's coming from to a degree. Why would you want somebody coming on your show, your thing, making and being better than you? Come on, man. That's like saying Deion wants somebody to come on the field and on his team and be better than him at the same job he's doing. Nah, fuck out of here. He didn't want that shit. Nobody wants that shit.
If you're good enough to, don't put him on your show then, and just give him his own show.
You just said Steve Harvey doesn't.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So, but if you're gonna, for example, what he did to the white guy, the white comedian, he asked him to. Steve Harvey was the one who invited him to be part of the show. He's like, okay, cool, but it looks like what ended up happening is he was the voice that introduced Steve Harvey. And he was a voice that introduced some of the people that were coming into the show, but he did it behind curtains. He was like, what the fuck am I doing? And they tested him. Oh, in 2 weeks, we'll try it again. And he was like, okay. And he's like, I was losing money. He's like, I was losing money because the shows were being recorded on the weekends. And that's when I do the gigs. And he goes, and then they try me out for in the front, a little airtime, like 15 minutes of airtime and all that. And then next thing you know, he left. He ended up leaving because he goes, it couldn't work that way. They were trying to not show his talent, and he just left.
Yeah, it happens.
And it's crazy.
It happens.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things. It's not surprising. Right? A lot of people in Hollywood know that. It's not surprising. It's just the people now are like, holy shit. And we always knew if you're part of the entertainment industry, even in the corporate world, there's gatekeepers. They're key holders and gatekeepers. People that if you piss them off, you would not get, if they have the power, you would not get past them.
Listen, the expression being blackballed didn't come from nowhere, right? Like, there's people who can control your future, and there's people who can't. I mean, so. And sometimes you got to play the game, sometimes you don't. And you know how many careers we will never know about because they didn't play ball.
Well, you're right.
You know? So it's part of the world. It's just the way it is. It's the reality of things.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Coming up, MegaCon. They decided to do it early this year.
Yeah, it's the right dude. That's like Super Bowl weekend.
Well, February 1st through the 4th, they decided to do it. But who?
No, maybe that's the week. Maybe Super Bowl's the weekend after. I can't remember.
It could be. But who that goes to MegaCon watches the Super Bowl?
Good point.
So it's not even. They're not even gonna care. But I already got my day approved. I'm going on the 3rd, the busiest day, and
you're actually breaking your oath.
What oath? I said I'm only gonna go one day.
Doesn't matter. You're not. Well, we'll talk about it off air.
Okay. All right.
So.
I'm not trying to figure out what oath I'm.
They're literally. I was told by people that work in your side of the business, that they take an oath because that is very popular with your.
Yeah, I know that
work that you're not supposed to take off for it.
Oh, I think you're talking about the pledge.
Yes.
The 6-point pledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very bad look when the leader breaks the pledge.
Well, I approved some of my employees for them to go on other days. I'm just going that day.
Just saying, bad look.
Hey, it's my first year. Lesson learned, right?
Yeah. So.
I didn't even think about it, but it does make sense.
Yep.
Well, anyways. But I'm excited about that. There's going to be a lot of Star Wars actors in there coming this year. So
you gonna wait in line for actors this year?
I don't know if I'll do it this year, as far as depending who it is, though, because I
had a good time last year, but I just don't know.
I don't think. See, this time I did what you did. I bought the VIP package where you get the bag with I ended up buying that.
Yeah. Like I said, I think listen, it's going to be fun. If things didn't happen the way they did, I'd probably go. But I mean, right now it's not a priority for me.
You're going to be making it?
Huh?
You're not going to be able to make it?
I don't think so this year.
Okay.
No. If it was a little bit later, if it was like March, I'd be down. But
so let's talk about my adventure and my research I've been trying to do to build. I'm finally, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make an announcement today. Finally looking into building a gaming PC. Bro, I've been doing research. It's crazy, bro.
What sparked that interest?
Well, everybody at work has been trying to get me to do one, right? I've been seeing, since, where I work at now, I've been seeing a lot of builds being built. I'm like, wow, these are so interesting and how they do it and all that. I want my gaming to get to the next level. I've been watching a lot of TikTok videos on like PC gaming. I mean, and the games are just like next level, graphically next level. It's the shit that I want to, I'm like, see, if I play single player games, that's what I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy the visual, right? And I'm like, why haven't I done that? And I started looking into it and I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I told myself that I'm going to hold up on the vision. I'm not going to get the vision. Because I don't think there's enough right now, and there's not I don't think there's a right audience for it. They're not telling you what's it for. They're just telling you can watch TV, and that's it. Oh, and do FaceTime with a virtual you, and that's it. Don't get me wrong, the technology behind it is awesome, but I'd rather save some money and buy and build myself a next generation gaming console.
What I did is I got to
use for the podcast, which I can use. The only thing is I'm trying to figure out. Now, I'm not only trying to do the math of how much I'm willing to spend, but I also trying to figure out a new layout for my room, because this is going to be, I'll probably put the tower right here, I can still connect it to the OLED because I'm not even buying a monitor. And then I can still set it up where I can have this set up and it's probably going to sound better. And now I have more control.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to like, do I need a
So like what I ended up doing, I did a pre-built because it was just
doing that instead.
I got a great deal on it. And then the nice thing that it afforded me to do is when things started to break down like 4 or 5 years later, I've now upgraded to, like the parts.
You use the same case?
Yep.
And upgraded just the parts?
So like my liquid cooling system went bad. So I got a brand new liquid cooling system, added extra fans. So I have more lighting in it now. And then I switched out my hard drive and added more of a hard drive. So I went to a better hard drive system. I got the Samsung heat-sinked and 980 2 terabyte, right? So the only thing that's still in there from before is the motherboard, the processor, and the graphics card, which is still a 2080. You know what I mean? And then down the road, I'll just start switching some of those out. You know what I mean?
So what processor you ended up going with?
It's an i7.
Okay. See, that I started doing research on that, man. I mean, the most expensive parts that I've noticed is, which I think is expensive, is the processor, the graphic card, because the case is not even that expensive.
Yeah.
I think those are the two most expensive parts because the memory can be a little pricey. You're talking about 2 terabytes for $300.
Oh, and I upgraded my RAM. I did upgrade my RAM too. I got like 64 gigs. Something stupid.
So yeah, the other option would be to get into a pre-built, but they told some people have told me that when you go on a pre-built, they tend to go bad.
Like I said, it just depends. I got mine a great deal. It lasted me 5 years before something went wrong.
Okay.
And I upgraded the parts that went wrong.
Yeah, I just want to see. Like, if I gave me a gaming PC, there'll be games I want to replay again. Like Assassin's Creed might look good on a PC.
Yeah, I got to get back to use. I haven't tried it in a long time. I got to get back to trying to use like the mouse and keyboard to play games.
No, I'm not. They told me I told them I'm not good with mouse and keyboard. They said you can do as good. Playing.
You still do controller. I've done that. I still use my controller.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, so I'll stick to my Elite controller. So that's my next adventure. Hopefully, I'm planting the seed.
Got to get wifey on board.
Yep.
Well, I think that's about all we got for tonight, though.
Yeah.
We got any FOH?
Let me see. Do I have an FOH? No, not really. Not without anybody knowing exactly what I'm talking about. So.
All right, so let's wrap it up for the night. Thank you all for tuned in, Mr. Messiah, the rest of you who stopped in. Hopefully you had fun.
Us on TikTok.
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I got to make a little thing so we can do that again. Ooh, what was that? Whoa, where the fuck that come from?
It's the iPod of the iOS. If you do this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fancy motherfucker. All right.
Let me see if I do this. Just hit the like button.
I saw that come up.
Yeah, so. But I mean, this can go for like, right? Or is it like? There you go. Hit the like button.
Right. Thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up if you like the show. Oh, wait, mine doesn't do it. I'm on a computer. All right. Well, for Messiah and for the monster on the mic, we out.
We got the right stuff.